Hello, my name is Rachel and I love playing with makeup. And what I have today is, this is a very small Juvia's Place haul. There's only 2 items in here. They had like a 50% off sale. And then of course I used that Honey browser and that saved me like another $2, which I looked at as a discount on the $5 shipping. So I guess I should show you what I got rather than telling you about what I paid for it, huh? But of course, then right after I bought this at the 50% off, had a 55% off sale, but it's fine. The 2 items that I did get was, this is a liquid eyeshadow, and it should be one of those like duochrome ones. I liked that one from, what is that brand that I keep getting from CVS? I can't even remember what they're called, but I liked that one so much that I thought I would give a Juvia's Place one a try. And this one, if you can pick up the colors there, it's like purples and golds. So I thought that was really pretty. I'm really excited to try that. And this was on sale for $7.50. They're normally, I guess, $15 because of 50% off. And then the other item I got was just a palette, a small palette, but it was on sale for $5. But it's a newer palette, so it's a palette I don't have, and the colors looked really pretty. This is the Fula by Juvia's. Oh, if I can. And then here are our colors. How pretty are those? And lots of shimmers. You guys know how much I love those shimmers. So what we'll be doing today is, I guess, I don't know how chatty it'll be, but we're gonna get ready with these couple of products. So it'll be a first impressions on these 2 Juvia's Place products, as well as, you know, maybe I'll find something to talk about. But let's get started with the makeup, because you guys know it takes me forever to do my makeup. And a lot of you said you would like to see the whole process, so I will try to not cut out whole steps like I normally do. I'll try to keep this a full process video, but again, if I do get too close to my mirror here and end up going out of frame, I will cut that out because I don't want you to stare at the top of my head for who knows how long. But here we go. As you guys know, I've been kind of skipping primers and just going straight in with this rose water setting spray as my primer. It seems to be working, so I keep doing it, and I'm actually running out of this. I think I have another one upstairs, but since I don't get the boxes anymore, there are some items that I am kind of running low on that are not things I normally buy for myself, that I was always relying on subscription boxes. But I mean, that's how long it's lasted me, because it's been probably, what, a year since I've gotten a makeup subscription box. So that's how long that stuff that I had built up has lasted me. Well, this is just an eye primer. This was just something cheap I found on Amazon, and it works fairly well. And then of course I always tape up my eyes so I can get those nice little lines. I am not good at freehanding. Also, sometimes I'm not good at getting these even, so one of my lines will be more angled than the other. Like right now, I think this one's more angled than this one. Let's see if I can put this one up a little higher, make it match a little better. Okay, hopefully that's close enough. All right, so let's see what we are going to do. So I guess the most neutral shade I have here for a base is that kind of beigey brown right there, because this is the only eyeshadow that I'll be using. I did not bring another eyeshadow. Of course, we're definitely going to be trying the liquid one here. This one does have a nice gold as well as purple in here. So, and this one is like a gold to like a purple. So we'll see. Actually, let me swatch this real quick just because I really want to see what that looks like. Ooh, sort of a... show up there, it's like gold, red, green. That is really pretty. And that is of course at least a duochrome, if not a multi-chrome. They did have several, but I felt like they were very similar. I think they all had a gold base, because I feel like I would not have gotten a gold base one. There was one that did not have a gold base, but it was practically sheer, and I wanted something more opaque, so that's why I did get this one. I think how they work, because as I mentioned with Profusion. With the Profusion videos, I have very hooded eyes, so a lot of times liquid shadows just crease terribly. And the Profusion one actually worked fairly decently. I've worn it several times since then, and it's held up fairly well. I mean, not perfect or anything, but fairly well. Okay, I'm actually gonna, before we get into this, I do want to swatch a few of these because they're just so pretty and I won't be able to use all of them. And you know, that's what I'm into, are these shimmers. Okay, so if we can see all of these here on my hand, this is all the shimmers from the palette, and some of these are just about all of them are absolutely stunning. The only one I'm somewhat disappointed in is this bottom one, which is right here, and it's one that it's like a green with a red shift to it, and I have very similar ones from multiple brands that I feel are just much stronger than that. Like I have a Wet n Wild one, because Wet n Wild has been making that duochrome shimmer for years, and in one of my old Wet n Wild palettes I had one like that that's comes off much better than this. This one is very sheer, but if you can see, that gold is just stunning. That purple is really nice. This is that more orangey one, and this one is the one that looks blue in the pan but has a really pretty little shift there. Show you the pans one more time. Okay, so enough of that. These colors are really pretty. Ooh, and that the liquid one does dry down nice, like doesn't really seem to move, so that's hopeful. All right, let's get on with this. I'm gonna wipe my hand off real quick. As usual, this video is gonna be really super long. I'm already like 10 minutes in. I know there are things that I'll be able to cut out, but oh my goodness. All right, so I forgot to bring my switch. That's okay, I'll just use this dirty cloth for my switch. Okay, so we are going to use that kind of beigey color. It is a little dark, but we're still going to use that as the base. Well, maybe, okay, it's not too terrible when it's on. Maybe a little orange. Now for the base for this one, because I feel like these types of shadows do work best over a darker base, and since it has a purpley reddish shift, I'm actually going to go in, I think, with this dark purple matte down here and just put that on the inside of my eye, because that's where I do want to put that shadow. And then I'm going to use that shimmery purple on the outside of the eye. So this, I guess it was this past weekend, I actually had 2 club vending dates. Club vending is something that I used to do really often, where I would take my wares into a club and set up in a little corner. They're never like, well, no, I can't say never, but they're usually not like huge money makers, but because the clubs I go to usually don't charge any sort of fee for doing it, and they're usually events that I was going to go to anyway, they actually, you know, turn out to be pretty decently profitable for, you know, a few hours in the evening. So it was a lot of fun, really pleasant to do. One was at a sort of, I guess, like a goth night in Baltimore. And then it's like a one-off night. It wasn't one of their, because Baltimore does have several, you know, weekly events. This was not a weekly event. This was a one-off event at this place called The Crown in Baltimore that serves incredibly delicious Korean food. So it was like win-win-win. But so that was a lot of fun. And then on Saturday night, I vended at Risque at the Crucible in Washington, D.C. And Risque is a private club. It is a, you know, a kink club that an old friend of mine promotes and I think pretty much runs. And it's a really fun night, but definitely, you know, very kink heavy, like to the point where they even have like several beds set up in private rooms. And nudity is welcome and allowed. Absolutely no cameras are allowed. Because I was vending, I was allowed to have my phone, but I had to put gaff tape over both cameras. So it's a very, you know, and like I said, it is a private event. You either need to be a member or you need an invite from a member. And it's, you know, It was a lot of fun. Let me just say that. I had a ton of fun. It was great. And I got to see, as usual, every time I go to DC, event in DC, I get to see a lot of friends that I don't get to see often anymore. So that's always really nice. So I had a great weekend. I made a little bit of money. You know, like I said, they're not going to be convention possibility levels of profit, although my conventions lately have not been the greatest, but that's because of all the expenses involved. So when I look at it that way, it's actually the club vending might even be more worth it because it's far fewer expenses. I just basically need to get there. And a friend of Bryant's let us spend the night or a couple nights with him so that we didn't have to worry about hotel rooms or anything. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. I'm going in with this liquid one now, and woo, that's pretty. But it is pretty gold. It has a decent like green shift to it in this light, but I guess that shift changes on angles and lighting. I bet it would have been really pretty over that sparkly gold shadow, but that would have been a lot of gold. I think it's fine over this. Okay, let that dry for a minute. I don't want to completely like open my eyes till after it's dried to give it the best chance of not creasing, because like I said, liquid shadows crease like crazy because I have those super hooded lids. So let's see here. But you can see how pretty that is. If this does hold up well, I might go back and try a few more when they're on sale again, because I don't think I would pay $15 for this. But the $7.50, I think that was fair. Actually lightly dab into that sparkly orange and then just blend a little at that's sort of my highlight under my brow bone, while blending out my edges a little bit maybe. I'm just going to blend the two colors together here in the center by going over the gold with that purple that I used on the outer edge. Okay, I think that went over that rather nicely. So I guess it's time to move on. So I'm not sure what shadow caused it, but I did have a lot of sparkly fallout down here, but it wasn't colored, which was weird. It's just like a shimmer, silvery shimmer fallout, and I'm not sure which of those colors that came from. So, all right, moving on. Next, I'm going to do my face, because that's usually my next step. I do my eyes first because I always get fallout because I'm very heavy-handed with my shadows. And then after I do my eyes, then I do my face. Like the base, then I can finish off my eyes because I don't want to do my under eye until I have my base on. And I don't want to do my eyebrows to have my base on either, because sometimes when I do my base I get some of the product into my eyebrows. If my eyebrows are already colored, then I have to go back and recolor them. So that's why I do it in this order of things. But we are going in with this Kosas. I got this in a BoxyCharm forever ago, but it's a tinted face oil, and I do really like the way that this looks on my skin, even though I tend to cover it up with a powder. And then I gotta find my sponge before it all drips off of me. Oh no, I'm losing time. I'm losing the battle. Okay. There we go. And these are just the little bat sponges that I got from Shein over Halloween. I just like these because they go under the eyes nicely. I think they do a pretty decent job of spreading the product. So next I'm going to take my face brush and go in with my Maybelline Super Stay Powder Foundation, which you can tell is one of my favorite things ever. And we'll just set that face oil. Okay, so I do have fairly dry skin, and these products do bring out a lot of that dryness, but in these types of lights and also in dark clubs, it still looks great. You don't notice the dryness as much, but I would not do a full face like this and say go grocery shopping, because it really brings out that dryness. I mean, to be honest, the only time I wear makeup is when I'm going to an event or I'm filming a video. Like my everyday life, I very rarely put makeup on, and sometimes if I do feel the need to, it'll just be like a little bit of mascara and eyeliner. But normally, yeah, I just like, I'm not an everyday makeup person. All right, what are we doing next? Let's finish off the eyes. So I'm going to go under the eye, and I'm going to start with, I have this ZC black eyeliner. I hadn't been using eyeliner forever, but recently I've started using it a little bit again. I also have this Pixie kind of purpley one, but I feel like that purple is a little bit too red for the look that I have going. So we'll just do black, and we're still going to cover it up with shadow though, because that had become my thing. I stopped using this and I started using just shadows under my eyes. But when I'm going out, I found it's better to do both together, because they sort of hold each other in place. Because when I do just the shadows, I have a bad habit of rubbing it off really easily or really quickly, and it rubs off really easily. And then I'm going to go back into this palette, and let's see what we got here. Actually, that one that I was complaining about that I have better versions of because it is so sheer and shimmery, I'm just going to use that as my inner corner highlight. And then I'm going to go in with that blue one and line under my eye. So it does have a purple shift to it. So I think that is about it for my eyes. Next I am going to do my eyebrows, and I am going to go in with that dark matte purple for my eyebrows. So far the only colors I haven't used are that matte orangish red and that matte like teal. Okay, and as usual, my eyebrows are distant cousins. You know, because they always say they should be sisters, not twins. Well, mine are distant cousins, but you know, it'll do. Next, I'm going to go in with this Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is I've also used to death. This thing has lasted me forever, but I also do very little in the way of bronzing. I guess technically I'm not even bronzing, I'm just contouring, because I just do this little bit here. Next we're going to go into just a little bit of blush. I know it looks super bright, but it doesn't go on too terribly bright. I'm filming this like sometime in the middle of December, and see here, I guess Christmas is coming. I'm not big on Christmas. I don't really celebrate. I'm kind of bah humbug. I still have my Halloween tree up though, so when I need the feel of Christmas lights, I just turn my Halloween tree lights on. It's small, it's only like a couple feet tall, but I will of course be going home to my parents for Christmas. My niece had a baby, but she's in Seattle, so I don't think I'll be seeing her, but I will see my other niece and my brother and sister. Unfortunately, my father hasn't been feeling well lately, so I'm hoping that he'll be feeling a little bit better. He has another doctor's appointment, I believe, tomorrow. And let's see here. What's next? Oh, I'm gonna need a highlight. And I'm going to use a Juvia's Place highlight. This is the Clio. This is a very pretty highlight, but it's also loose powder, so it can, you gotta be careful with it. I guess I don't have another vending event scheduled until April. My next one is going to be Dark Force Fest, which was previously Dark Side of the Con, and that's not till like April 1st, I believe. Week of April 1st. So I don't know if I'll be able to schedule any smaller, like more club dates, because I would like to do more club dates. I thought that those were really fun, and like I said, it's all reward. Even if you don't do amazing, you're still doing well. so that's always you know, a good thing to do, and so maybe I'll be able to do a few more of those between now and then. Of course, I'm going in with my favorite mascara, Lash Princess. This one is the Curl and Volume. I don't know if there's much difference between this and the False Effect one that I had previously, but I like it. Really can't beat it for a $5 mascara. Christ, I went through so many expensive mascaras and all those BoxyCharms and Ipsies that just did nothing. I don't know whether it was because since they were in the BoxyCharms or Ipsies, I sometimes wonder if they like sent old ones that were just already dried up or something, but there were several. I can't remember which ones they were, but I know there was like one from Too Faced and maybe a Tarte one. They were just awful. And I know those are not cheap mascaras. These are $5 mascaras. I actually got a 4-pack for $15, so even less than $5 mascaras if you can find the deal. And these are my current favorite magnetic lashes from Amazon. They're very natural in styling, and any of the Amazon things, if I can still find them, there's always associate links down in my description box. Like, even for not the things in my videos, there's always some sort of Amazon associate link down in the description box. And I'm always grateful when people use them because, yeah, it helps me out. I earn a very, very small amount of commission whenever someone uses one of those links, but every little bit helps. And it's like, you don't even have to buy the item that the link is for. You just need to get to Amazon from the link. I have to be really careful with the magnetic eyeliner because, again, hooded eyes. As soon as I open my eyes, it all transfers, so I got to try and keep them as closed as possible until it dries down a little bit. Oh, I did a really bad job on this eye. It's all over the place. Also got it in my lashes, which is never good because then it makes the lashes all thick and sticky. And it's hard to get it out without pulling the lash out. This is why I love these so much. They're just like lashes on. The magnetic lashes they really do make applying false lashes a billion times easier than struggling with the glue. Yeah, I still do occasionally make a huge mess with the magnetic liner. Just like I used to with the glue. But getting the lashes on is still so much easier, even if with or without the mess. Whichever way I'm going, getting the lashes on, still easier. Just trying to blend my lashes in a little bit. And there we go. I'm pretty sure I went out of frame a bit there, so I'll be cutting a bit of that out, I'm sure. But boom, done. The only thing we have left is lips. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember all I chatted about and if I have anything else to chat about. I'm going to try really hard in the next couple of weeks to get some more stuff up on my Etsy because like I just discussed, I don't have any more vending dates scheduled for a couple of months, and I should probably be doing something for income and not just completely sucking away all my savings. But, you know, I always say I'm going to put stuff on my Etsy and then I never do. I don't know what goes on with that. This is just a old Wet n Wild liquid cat suit. And when I say old, I mean I probably should have thrown this out years ago. But here I am using it. It still looks pretty. It's a black with just a hint of glitter. I used to be absolutely crazy about these liquid cat suits from Wet n Wild. I have found liquid lipsticks that I do think last longer, but these are still really good and still really comfortable, and I do still really like them, and I have a whole bunch, but like I said, I got them years ago, and I just keep using them just years later. I'm really bad about that. Like, I finally threw away my over a year old mascara when I got these new ones. Kept meaning to buy new mascara. It just took me forever. Okay, but I think that's it for our makeup. I think we've reached the end, so let's talk about the products we just tried that were new. And this is the Fula by Juvia's. It's one of their small 9-pan palettes. The full price on this is $10. I did get a sale on it where it was only $5. And I think that this is probably worth $10 and definitely worth $5. I mean, I love Juvia's Place shadows. You guys, if you've been around a while, you know I absolutely love Juvia's Place. They did have another mystery box available, but it was $18 and I didn't go for it because I felt like it was probably going to have a palette in it that I already own, because at this point I do have most of the palettes that I want. I think there's just one of the big ones I still want that I don't have yet, but they're the ones that are closer to $40. I think it was on sale for about couple dollars, but I still didn't get it just because I am on a low buy. But these, like I said, full price is only $10, and I feel like for the quality, these are worth $10, and $5 is a real steal. The only shadow that I might have been slightly disappointed in that I've tried today is that one there, and like I said, that's a duochrome that a lot of different companies have done. It's that green to red, and a lot of companies I feel like have done it better, even Wet n Wild. But that was the only one that I felt like had a really, I used it in my inner corner, had a really pale payoff. I mean, it works fine for a inner corner highlight. It's still really pretty, but I feel like that was the only one that had like a really, really pale payoff. This blue one might have been a little bit pale, but I think it still came off really nice and pretty. The other one's just gorgeous. And see, I guess I can swatch the last two mattes that we haven't used. So these are the only two colors I didn't use in today's look. That orange and that green. I actually thought that green would be more teal from the way it looks in the pan, but it's really pretty green. But both of those are really nice. So yeah, I think just about every single color in this is a really nice. Like I said, the only one I've been disappointed with is that, but it has a really pretty shift. It just doesn't lay down very nice. I mean, I put it over the orange and it's very pale. I also put it above the orange so you can see that. But yeah, I guess that's the only color that I'm really disappointed with. Every other single color in here I've used and they've all been amazing. So I do love this palette. This is a newer palette, which is why I didn't have it yet. Because like I said, I have almost all of their palettes that I want at this point. There's several more neutral palettes of theirs that I don't have, although I do still have one or two of their neutral palettes, but they have a bunch of neutrals, and I don't really wear neutrals that often, so there are several of those I don't have, but for the most part, every single Juvia's Place palette that I want, except for that one big one, I do already own. Okay, and then the other one is this, which, as you can see, did not crease at all. I mean, that is impressive. Like, the Prestige one did crease a little bit. I felt like it creased more on this side than this eye, but the Prestige, is that what they're called? Profusion. The Profusion one that I gotten in that CVS holiday bundle, that one did crease a little bit, and I have worn that one several times, and it holds up really well, but it creases just a little bit, and it does fade a lot too over the night. But I mean, this one might as well, because I'm only going to be wearing this for a few videos, so I won't get a huge test on its longevity. But it is really pretty, no creasing. I definitely want to try a few more of their colors once they go back on sale. They might be on sale right now, but I can't buy anything else for myself right now. I say that. I have like a couple other hauls coming, and that's why I can't buy anything else for myself right now. I have some more CVS coupons, so I will be going back to CVS next week and getting another one of their gift sets, but it'll be practically free with all the coupons that I currently have. So, okay, so that is everything. I absolutely love these Juvia's Place products. I strongly and highly suggest them, but you guys already know that that was most likely going to happen because I just love Juvia's Place. But that is it. That is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, I'm once again at 40 minutes. Hopefully I can cut this down. I like to keep them, you know, 20 to 30 minute range when I'm getting into the longer videos. I know some of you do like the longer videos, but I'm sure some of you don't. But I will try to include all the steps this time, because that was a request on my last one, because I'd cut a bunch of steps out. But I will try to include all the steps that I did with my face this time. And I guess the only last thing I'll do is I'm going to add more of that setting spray. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, of course you can give it a thumbs down, and please tell me all about it in the comments below. And please subscribe to the channel. And I hope everyone is just staying happy, healthy, and safe in this incredibly crazy world we're living in. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.